So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a cake topper. Okay, so once you get to Cricut Design Space and you're logged in, you want to just go to new projects. I'm just going to go to this current project that I have because I want to use this heart for my cake topper. So you would ideally just be here on your mat. So your mat will be blank, unlike mine, so it already has a heart on it. And then you are going to add text in. So today I'm making a cake topper that says 20 and fabulous because the person that I'm making a cake for is turning 20. Fabulous. Okay. So there we go. So this is the font that's coming up, but I want to choose a different font. So you're going to go up here where there's the fonts. If you click here, this first one that pops up is usually like the fonts. It's all the fonts, but there a lot of the fonts that's going to pop up in your screen may very likely just be fonts that the Cricut website has. I have Cricut Access, so all of these are free for me to use. If you do not have Cricut Access, they're available for purchase. But you can just go download your own, go to System, and this is where all of the fonts that you have downloaded on your computer is. So I already know which font I'm going to use. I want to use Garden Grown USB. So this font you can download from dafont.com, DAFONT.com. It's free to download there. So here I am. So now, hang on. My computer's a little slow, so sometimes it takes a little while to detect that I'm trying to work on this. Okay, so I'm going to stretch it out so it's easy for me to work with. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit to advance and ungroup the letters because I want to just move every letters individually together. So now this is the part that takes a lot of patience. You're just going to have to move each letter and attach them. Okay, and okay, and here's F. So the thing about your cake toppers is that you're going to want all your letters, or like the whole entire cake topper itself, to be as connected as possible, so that way when you're cutting it, it cuts out one uniform piece, so you do not have. See, if I cut this all out right now to make a cake topper, it's not going to work. It's all going to be too flimsy. So what I do to cheat to connect them is I go to add a shape and I go to square. I'm not going to actually be adding a square. I'm just going to take the square. I'm going to go down here to unlock it so I can control its shape. And I'm just going to pretty much underline the word. So that way it becomes one solid word, so that when it cuts into a cake topper, it's nice. It's all the letters are connected together, so it's not one long flimsy cake topper. So I'm just moving the F a little closer. So there you go. So the letters connected now. So here's the very next important step. You are going to weld down here, and you're going to want to weld it together. If you do not weld it together, Cricut is going to cut every letter separately, so your word is not going to come out as one word. It's going to come out to a bunch of pieces. So let me show you. I found an image. So this is what I mean by welding it. If you saw how they connected the letters, but they did not weld the image, so Cricut went around and finished cutting the E out of the A. So instead of cutting one piece, it's cutting multiple pieces. So that's why you need to weld your letters together. So now all I'm going to do is move the 20 and the and around to however I like it. So however you make your cake topper, you're going to just want all the pieces to be as connected as possible. So I think what I'm going to do to my 20 is I'm going to underline it also. So sometimes Cricut is a little slow. So it's still loading and it's trying to give me my square. Okay, so there's my square. So again, I'm just going to unlock it, and then I'm just going to underline the 20 Sometimes this takes patience because you gotta just concentrate and get it as nicely as you can. So again, I'm gonna want to go and I'm gonna want to weld this together. So now I'm going to be assembling my cake topper. So I want the 20 to be big because I kind of want it to stand out. And then, like I said, you want them to connect as much as possible. So now I'm going to try to connect the 20 to the B and the L. And I'm going to take the and right here. So that's all connected. So it's 20 and fabulous. So, and here is my heart. You can also go to right here to upload. And then you can, if you already have images uploaded, these are all my personal images that I have previously uploaded, and then you can just add it in. So if I wanted to add this, I would just select that, and I would just go to insert images, and then there's my heart that I can just grab, but I already have a heart here that I want to use. So I'm just going to add a heart in because this cake topper is for a girl, and because I want to try to see if I can get it to be more connected. Sometimes that's what I like to do also. I like to just add like hearts or like designs, just not necessarily because I want it for the look, but because I wanted to connect the cake topper together. So I'm just going here and I'm just trying to connect the U also. So there we go. And then the fabulous, maybe if I'm at the heart, maybe I can somehow get it between the B and the F. Oh shoot, see, this is the part where it means it takes patience. Sometimes you intend to move something, but you are moving something else. So somewhere like right there. I'm not completely happy with it. Maybe I don't want this heart there. What are you guys saying? With the heart or without the heart? I think I might like it without the heart more. Alright, I'm gonna do it without the heart. If I can select it, there. So now again, take the image and you're gonna wanna weld it together. So there goes my cake topper that I'm going to want to cut. Okay, now you gotta measure how big do you want your cake topper to be. So all of these numbers that are up here is aligned to your mat. So my cake is going to be about like a, see, how big is my cake? About 10 inches. So I have a rough idea how it looks. So I think I wanted, according to my mat, I think I'm gonna want it up to like 6. So maybe even 7. Maybe I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So all I really do is I just make sure that it's gonna cut out exactly like that. So now I'm ready to go. So now you hit make it and it's loading the mat. And then now it's just showing you exactly, this is the mat, it's showing you where in the mat it's going to cut. So that way you make sure you have enough vinyl kind of covering the space. So whatever vinyl whatever cardstock I put into my mat, I'm gonna wanna make sure it's at least 5 by like 7.5. So that way I don't put anything smaller. So I'm gonna go to continue. And now it's trying to connect to my Cricut Maker. I don't have a connector. I don't have it connected by wire, so it's trying to sense it via Bluetooth. So that's why it's taking a little bit. So now we are here. So what I'm going to be using for my cake topper, it's just cardstock. If you go to browse on materials, so this is the Cricut Maker, okay? The look for the other Cricut, like the Explorer 2, might be a little different, but this is the view that I get when I have the Cricut Maker. So it gives you the categories and all the subcategories. So even under cardstock, there's different types of cardstock. Depending on what kind of cardstock you use, it knows how deep it needs to cut. But I'm going to be doing a glitter cardstock today. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to be making a cake that's a little purple, so I'm going to be using the purple glitter cardstock. If I like for my cake toppers, I like to use the glitter cardstock because it's a little thicker, so the cake topper won't be as flimsy. But you are definitely okay to just use the regular cardstock. It's just flimsier, so you're going to have to make 2 layers and glue it together. It's just extra steps for me, so that's why I like to use the glitter, and plus it's really pretty. And I mean, like, this glitter it's not going to be shedding up to the cake unless you're like really scratching it. So just make sure that if you're using it as a cake topper that you get good brand glitter paper, so that way it's not like shedding onto your cake. So once you've already selected what material you wanted to cut, the machine has detected and it's ready to go. So I put my glitter cardstock onto my mat. I'm going to load it in right there, and I'm going to hit that button. And then now the C is going to blank, and it's going to tell it to cut. So now the machine's going to take a little bit. And it's going to start cutting the cake topper out. Once it's done, just unload your mat. Now we just gotta, the hardest part for me anyways, is getting it off the mat. Okay, so I have a brand new mat, so it's extra sticky. Okay. So here we go. So you're just gonna have to slowly go and peel back. If your mat is not brand new like mine, it should not be as sticky and it should not be as hard. This is where your tools come in handy. This is the spatula. You're gonna want to just bend the mat a little bit and get your spatula in there to try to scoop it out. So, like I said, this is extra hard for me because my mat is brand new. Usually I don't have this much of a hard time. So. You slowly go, you can slowly get the excess pieces out. Took some patience, lots of patience, but I was able to get it out. You see how my F is not connected, so it's a little flimsy on the corner. So is my S. So next time if I would have done this differently, I would have made sure I've taken the F and the A and connected it, so that way it's not so flimsy. So, but then the middle itself is quiet. The middle itself is pretty sturdy. So now let's go and make our cake topper. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to take like a shish kebab stick, and I'm just going to get a glue gun, and I'm just going to glue this to the back of the cake topper. So I'm just gonna take the cake topper. I'm just gonna put one stick on. So I'm gonna find like where in the middle is a good spot to put it. So I'm do like the 0 and do the U. So I'm just gonna take a little glue from the glue gun and put it there. Not too much, because I don't want the glue to be showing on the cake topper. I'm just gonna take the cake topper and I'm just going to put it on. So like about right there. So. Fire! All right. And then there you go. Alright, and there you go. If you have the clear sticks, those are much better, but I'm just trying to be resourceful with the things that I have around the house, so I'm using the shish kebab sticks. But that's how we make our cake topper. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.